Welcome back to WaterparkRanger's Let's Play Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. In the last episode, we fell off a cliff, and in this episode, we are going to probably fall off more cliffs and eventually get past all the little spiders that Aragog has sent after us. It's so dark around here, it's really hard to see, and unfortunately, that makes it really difficult to avoid falling. No, I think I understand what the problem was there. Actually, we should probably hit it with Flipendo first, and then we'll jump across. It's just so dark, and the problem is, every time you use Lumos, will actually diffuse and go out every time that you jump, which isn't really helpful considering you need to jump when it's always the darkest. This is one of the parts of the game where I'd say turn your settings on your TV up, brightness or whatever if you can. There's a bunch of these little shooting spiders around here, shooting peanuts or every flavored beans at us or something. And it's kind of maze-like, but if you just keep going generally in a straight direction, then you'll get where you're going. And there is an area map. Just finding the wizard cards is slightly annoying because that other one at the beginning with the Maleficent-looking one, it's in a corner that you really wouldn't think to check normally. Also, we're taking a lot of damage here. It's just so continuous. It's like every few seconds we're getting hit. It's kind of irritating. Wow, these things just don't give up. And as you can see, there are just so many shooting spiders. They're probably the worst kind. And we can take care of them with Incendio, and it is kind of fun to see them run around when they're hit, but Flipendo is more efficient just for defeating them quickly and outright. Although Incendio does do damage, and it does take 2 shots, and it can be harder to aim when a spider's running around. So we've just severed another one of Aragog's webs, and now we are going to sneak across this ledge. It's been a while since we've really had to do any sneaking for something besides stealth missions, and we don't have any of those left. As long as we're on the subject of sneaking, in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, it's probably the game that I've seen do sneaking the best. Also, where we just got off the wall there, you really want to make sure that you have as little motion as possible when you're getting off of that wall and trying to get more solid ground, because it's very easy to fall there. And if you fall, you have to do like all this over again, which is really annoying. And of course, when you fall, you'll spawn in some place where it's difficult to orient yourself and find out where you are. Alright, so we're getting close to the end here. So I'm going to use Incendio on one of the spiders. Just watch carefully, I'm going to use Incendio on that one. See? I set it on fire, ran away, and jumped off the cliff. So in that case, Incendio is actually pretty awesome.
Number 64, just under Sykes.
Gentleman Jocund! And there's the last Aragog web. Once we sever it, this area will be done with.
Oh no, I'm fallen. And I can't get up. That was my impression of American advertising.
And of course, Harry has to fall in too. And is it just me, or did he fall really, really quickly there? Alright, so this is Aragog, and he's the, probably the hardest boss in the game. He only has a couple of attacks. I know he has more in the PS2 version. And those are mostly things like, shooting projectile things at you, kind of like the shooting spiders. So he does like ground-based stuff, like that giant town that does this really big shockwave that you really can't expect it to be so big. And so the key to do it, to do damage is not Flipendo, but when he rears up like that and shows a green light, which he'll do sometimes, you have to shoot rapidly with Incendio, first to get the small spiders out of the way, and then to hit his weak point when it's exposed temporarily. So his attacks are basically slamming, running at you like you saw earlier, and yeah, like that. And rarely he'll do this, is that he'll send the small spiders after you, and you can just vaporize them quickly with Incendio. I don't know if Flipendo works. And if you start running low on health, you can cut these little web clusters with Incendio. I should say burn. Actually, the interesting thing was, I finally saw the movie Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, and in it, they showed some of the spells that you actually use in this game. I know Harry uses Flipendo to cut like a hole in a sheet of ice. This isn't like spoilers or anything. I'm just not. Listen, if you're like sensitive to spoilers, then it's your own fault for not reading the book or watching the movie, because it's actually quite a good movie. I was honestly surprised. The time really did it justice. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but it's still a really good movie in my opinion. It did a really good job. Some parts of it kind of seem like an homage to Brazil. I don't know if you've ever heard of or seen that movie, but it's worth watching. So we got off a little bit off topic here, but hey, this boss really isn't all that difficult. I don't think he's as bad as the gargoyles or that Slytherin random guy from earlier. See, look, he just falls down and is defeated, and the most random thing happens. Is that once you defeat him, and it might be a little bit hard to see, but next to his head, he dropped a Wig and Weld potion vial. And I'm not sure if that's changed in the PS2 version, because I've only watched like a couple clips of it to see what's different. I know that they have a PS2 version which is different, handheld version that's different, and maybe they've made changes like this, because it seems kind of random for him to give Harry Potter a potion vial. Like, that's taking a little bit of liberties. Or maybe they just had to have something happen so that the cutscene would be triggered so Harry could escape. Like this. Oh no, Harry, look out!
Run!
Ron to the rescue!
Thanks, Ron. That was close. No problem.
And the Fort Anglia,
Follow the spiders.
which I don't own.
Thinking? You're lucky to be alive. We now know that Hagrid never opened the Chamber of Secrets. He was innocent. Wait a minute. Something Aragog said. Ron, that girl who died. Aragog said she was found in a bathroom. What if she never left the bathroom? What if she's still there? You don't think... Not Moaning Myrtle. It would make a lot of sense if it was. Oh, in all the excitement I forgot. Someone's been up to the dormitory and taken the diary. What? I went to look for Hermione, but I couldn't find her. When I got back to the dormitory, the diary was missing. What? Afraid so. But only a Gryffindor could have stolen it. Nobody else knows our password. Exactly. Anyway, I'm off to bed.
He's off to
See
bed.
You, Harry.
Let's go to
See you,
bed,
Ron.
huh?
Thanks for rescuing me. You're my best friend. It's my job.
Okay, so there are a couple lines after that. You know, this might be the first conversation in the game that Harry has had with Ron that hasn't ended with Ron going off to bed. I think his voice actor was like... What's that called again? Oh, narcoleptic. Yeah, that's it. What a stupid thing to remember. Okay, so that takes care of Aragog's lair. And before we go off to the end of the day, there is actually one more thing I want to do, and that's get some stuff from Fred and George's shop. So I'm going to cut ahead to going to the tower. I also got some more every flavor beans from the room. From the bean room that we usually go to. And it's because there's still some stuff that I think we should buy tonight. If you're going for 100%, that means there's still wizard cards we have to get from Fred and George's shop. And there are some that can only be bought there as well, in addition to the extra ones that you can find if you've missed them. Turns out that even if you do miss the ones in the Forbidden Forest, you can still buy them later here. So there's no worries about that.
How much is his Edgar Stroulger card?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like
30
to buy
Bertie
that,
Bott's
please.
every flavor beans.
Edgar Stroulger, eh, Harry? Inventor of the sneaker scope. What a genius.
The Sneakoscope.
Number 47, Edgar Stroulger.
An Edgar Stroulger card. So each of the extra wizard cards costs
Albert
30
Grunnion,
beans.
The inventor of the dung bomb. How much is that?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour
I
beans.
love how he says it
I'd
too.
like to buy that, please.
30 Bertie Bots.
Ah, Alberic Grunnion. Where would we be without his outstanding contribution to explosive dung?
Number 97, Alberic Grunnion.
What an amazing picture. So we can buy
Limited
3 each
edition
time.
Bertie Bott card. What does that cost?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
So this is a special
I'd like
card.
to buy that, please.
Bertie Bott, an excellent purchase, Harry. His real genius was in the invention of the unreleased dog spit flavoured bean.
Now that sounds nasty.
Number 69, Bertie Bott.
That's awesome. I love getting the special cards like that. I'm pretty sure that's the only one he says, a limited edition. Okay, so how are our house points looking?
Gryffindor.
Poor Hufflepuff. I don't think they're gonna get any more points.
Ravenclaw.
Maybe that's just where they tap out. Maybe that's where the numbers are.
Slytherin.
Maybe those are the house maximums? I don't know. I'm not that much of an expert on this game.
Oh,
This is the first
I
time I've
must have
ever
slept
attempted a
in.
100% run.
Oh no, the Quidditch match.
Okay, so today is an interesting, different, and difficult day. We're just going to return the Lost and Found hat and get a wizard card in the process. Okay, so about today. This is the longest day, and in my opinion, it's the hardest. You'll see why next episode. We have, number one, we've got our toughest opponent to face in Quidditch. And after that, we have the side quests. They are hell. See you next episode.